From finding treasure without a map to teaching you how to get the rarest armor trim in Minecraft. These are 29 things that only pros do.
By taking out your beloved treasure map and going to the X spot, that much is clear. After that, get your little buddy to point north and stay like that. After you get to the top of the X, just go a bit backwards until your little booty pops up. When it does, just dig straight down. Woo, treasure!
But if you want to find buried treasure without a map, then this next fact is for you. First, head to a beach biome. Lower your render distance to 5. Then hit Shift and F3. Check the numbers next to game renderer levels and entities. If there's orange on the pie charts, a chest is nearby. Turn around slowly until the orange is the largest. Then head towards it until it disappears in the chunk behind you. At 9-9 in the chunk, there should be buried treasure. Now you don't need to dig the whole beach to find the loot.
This tip is about water breathing. By punching a mob while you're swimming underwater, your character gets pushed up for a moment. This little push gives you a chance to quickly stand up above the water surface, even though you're still underwater, and lets you catch a quick breath before going back down. Or just use a bucket. If you have an empty bucket and you use it underwater on a block, it creates a little air pocket. The air pocket lets you breathe even though you're underwater. So you can spam the bucket on a block underwater to create these air pockets, allowing you to breathe without having to swim all the way to the surface. But if you feel like even a water bucket is too much, use torches instead.
Forget powered rails. They're pricey and unnecessary. For a speed boost, saddle up with a pig and put it in a rail cart. Yes, seriously. Riding the pig in the minecart while pushing forward lets you move almost as fast on normal rails as you would on powered ones. There's no need to waste my precious gold anymore.
Talking about gold, piglin trading can be incredibly slow, but Bedrock Edition pros have found a way to speed it up 100 times. Just grab a sticky piston and a gold block, set up a super fast clock, and drop the gold. Every time the block moves, the piglin will pick up a piece of gold, resulting in supercharged trading. Wow, this is super fast!
Did you know that there's a way to fly up infinitely with an elytra without using a single rocket? After taking off, fly up and down at around a 45-degree angle. This allows you to build up enough speed and distance to fly indefinitely, or at least until your elytra runs out. You can even avoid using a rocket to take off by using a riptide trident or an entity cramming setup to launch you high into the air without a single piece of gunpowder. I've conquered the skies.
These annoying birds. Let me tell you a little secret. If you don't want to carry your Silk Touch pickaxe with you whenever you're building something that's made out of glass, just tint the glass. You can break it with your bare hands. Why do I hear villagers?
Moving villagers around can be a hassle. They're either stubborn or take forever in boats. But here's a hidden pro strategy. If you destroy all nearby beds and place one near a bell where you want them to go, ringing the bell will summon every nearby villager to that bed. This way, you can get hundreds of villagers to move exactly where you want them to. And it's not inhumane.
Speaking of villagers, the best survival players know they're actually the most overpowered thing in the game. If you find a librarian and destroy its workstation, you can repeatedly change its trade. Typically, their first trade is an enchantment book. Keep doing this until you find the exact enchantment you want. You can even kill and cure them to get a perfect deal. They like the video. Give them a better discount.
But did you ever try using something that spawns because of villagers? Iron golems can be the best bodyguards if you want to put them on the leash. Tie them to the entrance of your base and now it's super secure. You can even take one golem with you to the mines for protection. Just be careful not to hit them instead of the zombies. Oh no, I didn't mean that.
When raiding end cities, shulkers can be a real nuisance, especially as you ascend the buildings. Before heading in, grab some fruit. If you get hit by a bunch of pellets and end up floating high above the ground, eat some chorus fruit right before you fall. It'll teleport you back down without dealing any damage. The only thing you need to pay attention to is the levitation effect, or you're in for a surprise.
If you're stuck with a bunch of wet sponges, don't bother with the furnace. Take them to the Nether instead, where they'll dry out instantly in the heat. Then use an enchanted hoe to pick them up quickly and get back to work. Now that I made the last achievement, it has some purpose.
Ender pearls are fantastic for getting around, especially in the Nether. Here are some pro tips for using them. If a pearl flies out of render distance, it won't teleport you until you load it again. This means you can throw a pearl wherever you want. Lower your render distance, travel as you please, then raise it again to teleport back to where you threw the pearl.
Everyone's familiar with the water bucket clutch. It's been there for ages, but doing it in the Nether is a bit trickier. And here's how you could do it too. Snow and powder snow don't melt here, so you can clutch with those. It looks way cooler than just riding a boat down. Also, if you have two buckets, you could just bridge them up. Look at me, ma!
Soul Sand water elevators require every water block to be a source block. To save time, try placing a piece of kelp at the bottom and bone meal it. When you've grown the kelp, all water will instantly turn into source blocks. Nice and easy.
Ever stumbled upon gravel while mining for diamonds? Well, if you're anything like me and you don't carry a shovel around in these deep levels, this trick is for you. All you need is a torch, and all the gravel will disappear. What you need to do is simply break the bottom block and instantly place the torch underneath. This is the best way to get rid of all that stupid gravel level. But if you're slow, you can do this instead.
The biggest mistake people make is randomly mining for resources. For diamonds, head to a river. If there's a clay patch, it's a sign there are diamonds below. Start at the center of the clay patch, go 2 blocks in the Z direction, and mine down. You'll find plenty of diamonds, but be careful not to mine straight down. You might fall into lava. Always mine down with 2 blocks and keep a water bucket handy just in case.
Nether gold can be useful for trading with piglins, but mining it normally yields only nuggets. Use a silk touch pickaxe to mine the ore. Then smelt it in a furnace to obtain a whole ingot. This way, you can trade directly with the piglins for that sweet return on investment.
Most people strip mine in a 2x1 hole like this, but there's an even more efficient way. If you're not claustrophobic, place a water bucket or a trap door in and start crawling. You'll be in a 1x1 hole, which is faster because for every 2 blocks you break, you expose 10 different, possibly diamond-filled blocks, instead of just 8 in either method. If the pros are doing it, then it must be correct.
Do you know what the best way to farm is? I mean, who doesn't love farming? A common mistake is sticking to a single block of water surrounded by crops. That water can only feed so many plants. Instead, arrange the water and vegetables in rows. With different crops in every lane, your plants will actually grow faster this way.
Forget using chests. They're old and inefficient. While they look okay, barrels are a smarter choice. They carry the same amount, cost less to make, and can be opened even when another block is on top of them, and are invisible to X-ray glitches.
If you're looting a desert temple, don't forget your water bucket. It's incredibly useful if you accidentally step on the central pressure plate. Take through to expose the TNT, then pour water on top. The first TNT will explode harmlessly, preventing it from igniting the others. This way, you can safely destroy all of them without exploding the whole pyramid. Wait a minute, how is this TNT lit here?
Try your water tricks now, Pablo.
Do you want to learn how to travel the fastest while sneaking? Well, try this trick. Sprint and jump, then sneak as you land. This swift sneak movement will actually be 1 block faster every second than sneaking normally. Be careful not to wake the warden.
We also have tricks for people using creative mode. In creative mode, many people overlook the fact that they have 10 hotbars available. To utilize them effectively, you can save your hotbar to a number by pressing C, followed by the desired number. Then, to access that hotbar instantly, simply press X, followed by the same number. This allows for quick access to multiple sets of items. You can thank me in the comment section.
But there are some limits that even Minecraft has, and science is about testing those limits. I'm not about to let some stupid wall tell me where I can and can't go. So, using this boat, I'll set it up in such a way that I can phase right past the world border. I'm free!
Farming in the snow can be a real chore, because every time you pour water and start planting seeds, it just freezes over. But to beat the cold, all you need are some leaves, a slab, or any other waterlogged block to keep it from freezing over. Take that, weather!
The rarest armor trim in Minecraft is the silence trim. It can only be found in ancient cities, and has a 1.2% chance to spawn as loot in one of these chests. While it's very hard to get, it's still one of the best looking trims there is. So, I guess we still need to be exposed to that scary beast.
Did you know that you can tame a trident? Well, sort of. If you throw a trident equipped with a loyalty enchantment while you have a full inventory, the trident will just follow you around. And what's even better, don't need to feed it.
Ever wanted to wear a podzol on your head? What about a crimson plank? Using this command, you can put any item in Minecraft on your head. Some of the results are hilarious, like the end rod. There are countless Easter eggs waiting for you to discover. So, tell us in the comments what the best item you can put on your head is.
And if you don't want to have a trident stuck in your head, press that subscribe button.